Okay. So peace and love, everybody. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. So, new moon in Cancer, new moon in Cancer, and I'm actually going to go through each sign tonight. And I don't normally do that because I don't normally make time for it. However, I did say tonight, or from now on, because people have had requests to go through each sign. So I'm going to overall just kind of like go through the new moon like I always do. Just kind of give a very broad interpretation for what it means. But then I'm going to still do a short, very short interpretation for each sign. And then anybody who's interested outside of this live, as always, reach out to me for a personal one-on-one session, your new moon sessions. And the new moon sessions are only $25 for 25 minutes. So it's very short and to the point, and it's definitely worth it. So reach out to me for your personal one-on-one session. However, I'm going to go ahead and get into what's very broad for all of us as signs and then individually as signs. Alright, so peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. And I know a lot of people always go back and watch my videos, so I try not to worry too much about how many people is watching at the moment. Peace and love, Zaid. Peace and love. So the new moon actually is tomorrow. The moon is in Cancer right now, y'all. But the new moon, which I believe is supposed to be in like 19 degrees Cancer, won't be until tomorrow. And because I already have plans for my new moon and that energy, I'm going to go ahead and go live today just so I can, have my own personal time tomorrow. But the new moon, new soil. New soil, this is a new freedom. This is a new way of really moving around in that soil, planting new seeds in our life. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. New connections, people and things. All right, that we're connected to, that really just get us closer to the divine, get us closer to a divine space, and just overall help us with our mental health, our overall health, where you're trying to go, what you're trying to do. Cancer has a lot to do with the roots of your tree, or I would say what initiated your growth. And so Cancer, of course, is tied into the moon, and it controls the water and the emotions of your body. And so a lot of people may have been experiencing all month in general just a lot of moodiness, emotional roller coasters, a lot of times where you've been tested as far as how grounded you are in different situations. A lot of that happens especially dealing with Cancer. So I would say if Cancer is the root of your tree or of your life, your family life, how you got started as far as your emotional and mental health, all of those things. If your roots of your tree are very strong, you're not easily blown away or moved. And so it's easy for you to stay on your square. And so this new moon is talking about how much we stand on our square. And also the shadows of this for all of us all this month was our boundaries. Our ability to say no. Our ability to stick to, the rules. Stick to our integrity about what we say we're going to do about a situation. And so in the past couple of weeks with that full moon in Capricorn, a lot of us, if you're aligned, if that full moon in Capricorn was comfortable and it brought you something, even though Saturn is retrograding, this new moon in Cancer should be just as comfortable. And this new moon in Cancer is just a continuance, and it's finishing a sentence from the past couple of weeks. So a lot of our boundaries were put to the test. Your ability, like I say, to have a gate to your soul, to your spirit, not letting anybody just in your life. All of those things were needed, and all of those things needed to be addressed. So anybody who goes outside of your comfort zone, and anybody who, I always say, sneaks or comes through the back door of your life, of your mind, anything like that, and don't come in areas where you've openly welcomed them, this new moon can be uncomfortable if those things haven't been taken care of in the past couple of weeks. And so this new moon, any new moon, is like I always say, a 6-month lease, a new 6-month lease with the universe in this area of your life. And this is talking about the areas of how you relate and connect to people. This is talking about how you feed your soul, your spirit, how you feed your mind, what nourishes you, what really, just like I say, adds the lotion to your life wherever you ashy at. What do you use? Who do you go to? What do you do? The moon is also talking about areas in your life where Like I say, what keeps you grounded? What are your morals? What is your character like? All of those things, for one, add you to your success, but those things as well have a whole lot to do with how far you're going to go and how much you have on your stomach. And so, like I say, in desperation, and when we don't feel like we have enough, and when we're in survival mode, a lot of us will make decisions on an empty stomach, okay? And then the result of it later is not something we really wanted. So that's why I say, don't go shopping for love. Don't go shopping for a job. Don't go looking for business, friends. Don't do any of those things on an empty stomach, because your starvation and in that survival mode, that empty stomach is going to put something there that you wasn't looking for. And so I always say, be full of yourself. You be full on yourself, be full of your own relationship, and you can just build onto it from there. Peace and love, Maura. Peace and love. Let me see here. Oh, peace and love, brother. Jamal, peace and love. So that this new moon has a whole lot to do with us initiating our intuition, trusting ourselves. I always say the first time about a situation, not overthinking too much. Your intuition ties right into what you analyze. So Cancer is 60 degrees away from Virgo. Virgo is the analyzer. Virgo is the equalizer. And Cancer moves right into it. So, you know, like I say, what you feel the first time, you analyze it, put the science and the spirit together, measure them out. And this is how you can, you know, pick who your friends are. Know if you're in the right place, right time, and all of those things like that. And a lot of us lack discernment. And a lot of people are hungry even when it comes to the ego. So a lot of people will do things and go outside of their character and their comfort zone for followers, for likes, for praise, all of those things. And so you're doing a whole lot of things on the empty soul. And so that's why I say you want to make sure that you're already full on the right things, so you can be selective about who or what is in your life and what you're doing. And you don't have to go back and forth with yourself too much about decisions that need to be made. All right, so this Cancer season was good for everybody to be getting close with their family and even starting new friendships, potentially even new relationships. And so with this Mars and Venus is in Leo right now. So that's really just getting the attention of people, or shooting your shot, or saying what you need to say, and really expressing how you feel to somebody or about something. So even if it's not a person, this is a time where it's something that lifts your feet and gets you dancing or gets you excited that you want to tell everybody about. So if it's a gift, if you do art, poetry, anything, even simply if it's a baby, especially with Venus and Leo, that's babies all the time, Mars and Leo. And so a lot of people might have a lot of announcements. So this Cancer season, not just the Cancer season, this new moon, if everything was good and on the up and up from a couple of weeks ago. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love, Mike. Peace and love, Nabi. Peace and love, Shamika. Peace and love, y'all. A couple of weeks ago, if it was comfortable for you, you're continuing that. So if a couple of weeks ago you were close to your success, the universe was giving you hints about something that was going to move in your favor, or somebody that you should keep in your circle. That's why moving forward the next couple of weeks, after this next few days, is going to show you and solidify that decision and why somebody is in your life, and show you what they can do. This might even be times where people might look up to you, look out for you when it comes to some type of connection, because Jupiter, like I say, is retrograding, but it's about to start going back to Aquarius. It's at 1 degree Pisces right now, so it's probably going to be, you know, about 29 degrees Aquarius in the next couple of days or so. So it's going back, and the Jupiter is going back to our growth, our favor, and people that can bring us to it. So wherever you have looked over somebody or opportunity, or wherever you put something on hold, this is as Jupiter goes back to Aquarius. Think about the people you're around. Think about social media. Think about people you fellowship with, you network with. A lot of these people have a lot to do with your success. So you really want to use that to benefit you. Okay? This new moon, so that's why I say you can use the next 3 days to really reach out to other people and connect with other people, people you've never met, start new projects, all of those things. You can get a whole lot done. Okay? Wherever a lot of us haven't learned the word no is where you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that pop. So just go ahead and, you know, stick to what works best for you, and you're naturally going to walk into and meet people who invest in you and follow what you ask. But if you don't, that's why you're naturally going to have people who are combative and people who push up against what you're trying to do. So overall right now, that was just for everybody. And I'm about to go into all the signs individually, and then I'll bring it back around to everybody. So because this is a new moon in Cancer, first I'm going to start with Cancers. Alright, Cancers, with this new moon, the stars are definitely telling you to deal more with what you identify with and how you see yourself. A lot of Cancers, you start something new, a new look, something with your appearance, something dealing with your hair, anything like that. How you see the world, this is a good time to spend some time alone, Cancers, the next few days. Just really having that conversation and that connection with the divine and seeing what the divine wants you to do next. I would definitely say, Cancers, this is a good time to initiate your leadership, wherever there's a place or a time in your life where you need to step up and be in front and really, show your leadership skills, show everybody what you can do, what other people can do behind you. This is a good time also letting your stomach lead. A lot of times, like I said, we spend time in our head, but this is definitely a good time to use your stomach. So Cancers, not only are you looking out, but you're also looking in for this new moon. You're looking in, and it's just going to help you a whole lot with trusting yourself, like I say, the first time, but also loosening up and being a little bit more free. And so just thinking about it like a dancing tree. When the wind is blowing, the tree is not in the same position. It's moving around, it's flowing, it's flourishing. So it's a whole lot that can happen with Cancers. This could be a challenge to you if you've been having image issues about the way you look or anything like that. This can also be a challenge for you wherever you don't like being alone. Anytime you don't like being alone, you're used to being around other people. This can be a challenge for that. So that's why the universe is telling you to push yourself out there, do something different, and like I say, make sure you clear your head in that long time, Cancers, and don't overdo it in any area. So be assertive wherever you normally wouldn't be. So them little Cancer claws might come out, but sometimes by need, for protection of the self. So Cancers will do that, and sometimes they'll hold on to situations longer than they should. They'll cling to you for that as well. But right now, Cancers, I would definitely tell you that. Just speak your truth, speak your mind, carry your gun, put it on the table. All right. Next thing, Geminis. This new moon is definitely telling you guys, or us, I'm a Gemini. This new moon is telling Geminis to really decorate their throne. Alright, Gemini, if you know your royalty and you know your worth, this is a good time to really decorate it and elevate your throne. And so you can sit a little bit taller, you can sit a little bit higher, and make sure you have enough material and decorations for both of those twins. You got to dress both of the twins up. You got to let both of the twins shine, your emotional self and your mental self. And so I would say let the twins, make sure there's room for both of them on the throne right now, and use both parts of yourself. This is a new way of going about your money, Geminis. This is a new way, or more than one way, I would say, to get your money. Geminis, really using that multitasking, really using that flexibility that Geminis have. This is an awesome time to really put that out there and put it to the test. Be involved with more than one thing. So as long as you have the time, the money, and the energy. Financial literacy is the thing, Geminis. So this new moon for the next 6 months is really telling us to focus on our money. Focus on our money and making sure there's a level of understanding about our valuables, our money, our materials, and everything that belongs to us. All right, so Geminis, okay, spend some time, counting your money, and making sure that anytime there's a risk or something that you want to do, you're prepared for it. So, like I said, decorate your throne. Get the appreciation that you're looking for, Geminis, whether it's for the things that you do or for overall just for who you are. So this is a really good time, Geminis, to raise your price. So when that people come into your life, they got to pay for it, both twins. They got to pay for admission for both of them. Okay? And so I would definitely say that right now. All right, next thing, Tauruses. This is a really good time to learn something new, take an understanding, and also just be the student. Tauruses, I would say this is a time where you're really holding hands with this new moon in Cancer. It's really, a good time for you. And so Tauruses, I would say, have a little bit more pep in your step than you normally would. Taurus can move kind of slow, but it's like I say, it's also just because of wisdom and safety. But I would say you can add a little bit more gas to your car. You can, hit the gas a little bit and just do a little bit more, Taurus. Taurus, I would say it might feel like you are all over the place right now. However, this is a really good time, Taurus, to be in different places. That's why I'm saying move your weight around a little bit. Move your riches around a little bit. Put some focus into more than one thing so that you can start planting seeds in different directions. Don't just pay attention to one crop. You can have more than one thing happening at a time. So I'm kind of telling Taurus right now to give yourself a Gemini energy. Right now, kind of double it up to get complete things right now. Venus is in Leo, so Taurus, that's really, really good for you as far as beeping your horn, saying what you need to say, really being excited about what you're doing, speaking a little bit more, speaking out a little bit more, having a little bit more volume about what you do. And you guys are already y'all like things very rich and with quality, but you might like things rich with quality and a little bit more shiny and get more attention than you normally do. Because like I say, Taurus is more like old money. That's the old man with money. That's old, long money. Leo is more like new money. So Leo is like they ain't never had nothing. That's how they're very loud, very flashy. Tauruses are not typically like that. But I would say y'all get a pass right now. Because it's just showing, hey, if you pull your weight, you can be the superstar right now. Tauruses. Next sign, Aries. Aries, this could definitely be a challenge to who you are and how you see things. Aries, because you guys deal with sight and being able to see clear, y'all are being emotional. So Cancer is a challenge. That's 90 degrees away from Aries. So I always say you can't see clear when you got tears in your eyes. So Aries are not typically very emotional people as far as on a soft emotions level. They're emotional as far as their frustration or getting upset and things like that, depending on your placements. But Aries typically bring a lot of heat and a lot of fire in a situation. Aries can bring a lot of aggression into a situation. A lot of Aries, if you're having issues at home or your personal life, this could boil the water a little bit more if things were already not right. On the other level, Aries, this is a good sex night. This is a good time for sex manifestation. This is a really good time, Aries, to really use your energy in a whole nother powerful sexual way. So you can really be relaxing at home, spending time around more people more, because Aries typically thrive. They really can thrive by themselves. And so that's why the shadow part of them is learning how to get along with other people and learning how to depend on other people, because Aries don't like to depend on anybody. And so this is a really good time to start new about speaking your emotions. And I would tell Aries right now, just adjust your seat about the way you see things. Bringing other people into your space. Yeah, they should still knock on your door before they come in your life. However, if you know who you are, where you are, and you already prepared, and Aries naturally always has their gun on the table, you can let people in. You can be aware. You can still protect yourself, but be open. And so Aries, like I said, this is a good next few days to initiate new projects in your home. If anything needs to happen around your house, something you've been putting on a to-do list, anything that's on the honey-do list, anything like that, it's a good time to take care of those things. And that, like I said, it's going to get the ball rolling for the next 6 months for other unfinished business projects and things like that. Alright, next is Pisces. I had wrote it down on a piece of paper, each sign, so I don't miss a sign. Pisces, for one, on one end, this could be disharmonious for you guys. Now, y'all trying, he said the gun on the table, yeah. And I'm going to explain that, because I say that a lot, and I really use a lot of things I say on live and stuff with my clients, but also with my children. So when I say put the gun on the table, let's just keep your assertiveness. Don't ever hide your gun. And there are times in your life where you hide your gun, but I always say that's being passive aggressive. When your gun is on the table, people know you're not playing when they start the conversation. And a lot of times that means you're going to address whatever needs to be addressed right then. You're not going to wait till later. You're not going to wait till it's about to be over, the conversation over, or 2 days later and be like, oh yeah, remember that one time? So that's why I say if your gun is on the table, people take you seriously the first time. When they come into your space, you don't have to repeat yourself too many times. So literally and figuratively, when I say leave your gun on the table. And a lot of men be so shocked. Ooh, I'm sorry. A lot of people be so shocked, especially because I'm a woman and I say stuff like that. And I say it so calmly and gently, but put the gun on the table all the time. And so I always, making sure that the respect is there. Making sure that people know who you are and they acknowledge you. And I had posted that before about what respect means. Re means again, respect means to see. So when somebody respects you, that means they acknowledge you, and they acknowledge you more than once. For somebody to acknowledge you or not even acknowledge you the first time even, that's where the disrespect comes from, or someone pretending not to see you. So the assertiveness means putting the gun on the table. If you don't see me, you see my gun. If nothing else, this is not the place to play at. And you always want to make sure. So the love is there. The love is there naturally. But the gun is there just in case you forgot the love was supposed to be there. So that's why I always say that, keep the gun on the table, men and women. And I always say that literally and figuratively, however you got to do it. Okay? But Pisces, the next thing is you, this is for you guys, whatever it is that you do that makes you just your powerful, magical, poetic self. This is a good time to go on the stage and just really express that, Pisces. Pisces can deal with a lot of hidden things, and they don't really like to reveal a whole lot. But there's some things you've been working on, or some things you got cooking in the kitchen, or projects you got coming up. This is a good time to give people a teaser, because that goes back to a new cycle, new beginnings, all of that. But this is also talking about surrendering. So wherever there has been confusion, Pisces, because Neptune is retrograding, wherever there has been some straight up bullshit, to be honest, you have to do the work yourself while Neptune is retrograding. Okay, so Neptune normally just helps you see a little bit better. Neptune is like your goggles when you're swimming underwater. Because you don't have your goggles right now, yeah, you got to have some faith, or you got to be willing to open your eyes. And so, but I would definitely say, Pisces, this is a time to analyze things, but like I say, get on the stage. Wherever you normally are shy at, wherever you're fearful, this is the time to get on the stage, whether it's in a beautiful way or whether you're revealing something about somebody else or some pain or trauma or something. It's still time to grab the mic, and I would say, and let those things out. Pisces, I would also say this is a time, be mindful of being used. So if you're a Pisces moon sign, sun sign, or ascendant, yeah, it's some revelations about who you've been dealing with and who you might have in your space, especially while Neptune is retrograded. So you can't see as clear as you normally do. However, you need to understand what you're feeling when you're feeling things. And so Pisces, this could be a time where you're foolish. Okay, especially when your home planet is retrograding. And so unless you are aligned, you are going back to get magic. You are going back to add a little bit more twinkle to your wand, and what makes things really just flow for you. Your magic wand is just going to go and flow a whole lot better for you when Neptune goes back direct. But while it's retrograding, it's like your magic wand is not working, Pisces. So that's why I say you have to work a little bit harder than you guys normally do, because things normally just go in y'all's favor, especially when Neptune is going direct in Pisces. But right now, because it's not, you got to dig a little bit harder deep within, but also, like I say, put it on the forefront. Pisces, this is a good time to be out, clubs, all of those things. The only thing, like I say, with that Pisces moon, sun, and ascendant, because it is Cancer season, it's in harmony with you being very susceptible to some bullshit. And like I say, lies, deception, and all of those things. So Pisces, you really have to use your intuition right now. I would say about things that are going to go very right for you, or things that may not seem like they're going right for you or in your favor. You got to go with what the divine is saying. So don't use your outside eyes, your conscious eyes. Use your inside eyes, your spiritual eyes towards the situation, so you can really be in tune about what you need to see and how you need to go about something. Next thing is Aquarius. Yes, most definitely, Mike. The gun on the table, yes. I'm glad you like that, because we need to all, think about it that way when we're dealing with people. Am I protected right now? Do you even know I'm holding right now? And even if you don't, that's fine. However, if I have to pull it out, just be prepared, especially when people get disrespectful. So that's why I call it that. Aquariuses, this is a new time with your schedule and your routine to really just do something else. I would say get on the map, get on the schedule and the routine, but also where Aquarius is right now, dealing with Taurus, you guys really need to pay attention to y'all's money. Okay, so that's why I was telling you to really pull out your ruler, I would say, Aquarius, and really measure your next step. Because you guys normally just take a chance and just run out there and just jump out there, and things do go in your favor a lot. But because when sometimes you guys are not aligned and you don't have enough confidence, things can fall flat. So that's why sometimes I call Uranus the planet of miracles and disasters. Things can go very right or very wrong for you. And so Aquarius is, right now your health is important. Looking at the details is important. Going the speed limit is important. But making sure that you're serving other people. So the influences that Aquarius is like to bring into a space, this influencer that they are, this is a good time to do it through the services and what you're doing for other people. This is a good time to be a game changer about the way we service other people and how we show up in other people's lives. Aquarius, this is a really good time to... Aquarius tend to look up. I would tell you this is a good time to look down. And that's why I say look at the details, look down at what you're doing, making sure that there's a level of productivity to what you're doing. And like I say, you know that you're going to be on the receiving end of the work and everything you're putting in now. You can get the receiving end later. And everything is past, present, and future. I didn't do that with the other signs. I might go back through in a minute and give you the past, present, and future dates so that you can look backwards, look at now, and you can look forward as far as what's taking place, and certain dates you want to look forward to how things work out. And that's why it helps you stay aligned with the time frame and the timeline of your life. All right, the next one is Capricorn. Capricorn, business and personal, whoever or whatever relationships you're involved in, business or personal. If you are invested and dedicated to the situation, you're naturally going to receive or attract somebody who's the same way. Wherever you're not doing your part and wherever you are not just as committed as you thought you was to a situation, is going to reflect that the next few days in other people. So if the ball feels like it dropped, that's why the new moon is saying, I need you to start fresh and start over about the way you're doing stuff. Because the new moon, not only is it a new lease, but it's also telling you to surrender. It's telling you to calm down, observe, pay attention to what's happening so you can have better decision-making skills. And so Capricorn, business and personal, and I'll go into business first. Wherever you have contracts, customers, clients, anything like that, this could be really good as far as new contracts, new clients, fulfilling a need, fulfilling something that you needed if you were hiring in any type of way. Especially goes back to because it was a full moon in Capricorn a couple of weeks ago. So like I say, this new moon in Cancer is just kind of sealing the deal with that. And so if a couple of weeks ago was good for you Capricorns, this is just going to reflect a lot the work that you put in. However, if last week or a couple of weeks ago was uncomfortable for you Capricorns, you only finishing your sentence from then. So that means that the next couple of days can be also uncomfortable. Pay attention to women in your life, family members, or if these are very passive men in your life, because the Cancer energy normally typically represents a woman, a sister, a mother, a wife. However, if it's not that, that's why I say that sometimes can be a very passive man, emotional man, sometimes, even an older man or a parent. And so I would say pay attention to people who fit that description and who you're around and what your dealings have already been with them. You can kind of already tell the forecast of a situation. So astrologically, I would say it's going to be a light, misty rain the next couple of days where we are just tipping our toe in a situation. Yeah, you might need an umbrella. However, it ain't going to be that bad. So that's why I say if you've already soaked up what you needed to the past couple of weeks, this is not going to be a really bad rain. It might be a nice little mist that's going to moisten the roots of a situation that you needed. So that's why I say this could be a good time to bring people closer together and really just nourish relationships. And like I say, add lotion to a lot of relationships that was very, very dry for a while. So on a personal level, Capricorns, anybody you would marry, anybody you would take in, anybody you see yourself with in the long run, specifically the next 12 to 20 years of your life. So that's why I say business and personal Capricorns. Anybody that you would keep in your life, anybody you see yourself having a future with them, anybody business or personal and in a contract that you would give your word to and you can stick by it. And I would say, and making sure that the energy is being reciprocated, that it's a person on a personal level, but also in business level that is invested in you, that's going to stick by what they said they were going to do for you as well. So I think I just said that, or vice versa. Capricorns, this is a really big test to your resources. And so if you've been overdoing it, time, money, or energy, the next few days are going to be uncomfortable for you. And the universe is going to make you uncomfortable for a reason, just to show you that's not the way I wanted you to go. That's not what I wanted you to do. And that's not where I wanted you to spend your time, your money, or your energy. If everything feels comfortable the next few days, Capricorn, you get an A. You get an A for your new moon, and that's the A for, like I said, the past few weeks. But not only that, when it was Capricorn season, when the sun was actually in Capricorn, a lot of Capricorns are finally getting their grade for the past 6 months of their life about, whether they were right, wrong, or how much more work they needed in a situation. So Capricorns, pay attention to that. If there's somebody or something that you really see yourself being a part of their life, or something you see yourself doing for a while, go ahead and put your word in. Go ahead and marry the situation. If you don't see yourself, and don't be scared to say that it's not, but if you don't see yourself involved with somebody, or somebody being in your life, or at a job or a career, and you just don't want to go with that job, and you don't want to go together anymore, this would be a time to break up. And that goes back to why the universe will kind of make you uncomfortable to show you where we need to end the situation. So the universe is not against you, it's always for you. So like I say, the discomfort is sometimes a decision that you wouldn't have made any other way. And I always tell people, make the decision and you do it before the universe does it, because the universe is going to pull the rug from under you and do it for you. So that's why I say, hey, be the master in the situation and go ahead and do things on your own as you can. Next thing, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, if you've been in a dark place, if you are in debt or anything like that, this is a time where things could be very sensitive for you in that area. Sagittarius are disharmonious to the Cancer energy, okay? And so that's why I say, especially when, like I said, when you're talking about debt. So I would say Sagittarius is on the bad end. If you owe anybody anything, if there's something that you have accumulated that you need to get rid of, break down, divide, or however, this is a time where we definitely want to do that, because like I said, this is your new 6-month lease. So whatever you go into this apartment of life, this area of your life in, it's going to be like that for a while. You won't have until the end of the year to finish a lot of things. And so whoever's going into this part of your life with for the next few months, that's who's going to be there for a while. You do have retrograde that's going to snatch some people back. However, because this new 6-month lease we all signing tomorrow with Cancer, yeah, whoever's there is supposed to be there. And that's why the full moon was revealing who didn't need to be there. So Sagittarius is saying go far, and go wide or go home. You need to do the research about people in your life. And especially if you're talking about bringing your resources, money, love, apartment, car, anything like that together with somebody. If you're signing anything on the dotted line, Sagittarius, we need you to look at the small stuff. Sagittarius, y'all like to look at the big stuff. So we're going to challenge you with this Virgo, where I'm going to make you look at the small stuff, because that's what needs to happen. Before you can take a big step out, you want to make sure it's not a little nail or something that's going to go into your foot, Sagittarius. And that's why I say you guys don't like looking at small stuff, but that's how y'all get hurt later. Y'all like to take these big strides. Y'all like everything to be really big and grand, but the smallest details can tear y'all a new one. So that's why I say, Sagittarius, put your spiritual glasses on the next couple days. Sagittarius, if you haven't healed properly, this new moon in Cancer, you need it, but it can be uncomfortable for you. So you need it. It's just like going to the doctor for that touch-up, where you've had surgery in your life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You need to go to the doctor. You need that touch-up. You need somebody to look at it. However, it might feel uncomfortable. You might still be flinching. You might not really think that's something you really want to do. However, this gets you closer to your glory. Hurt so you can feel good. So I always say be uncomfortable so you can be comfortable, but also explore what makes you uncomfortable, why you're uncomfortable, and then trace your steps back home. So how did I get here? All right, that's why I would say, well, you got to leave the same way you came. And so Sagittarius, if you're in a bad space, mentally, physically, spiritually, if you're in debt in any type of way, right now it appears y'all might be like in the basement of your life. If you're in the basement of your life, how did you get in the basement? So follow and trace your steps back. Okay, you guys are naturally the wanderer. You guys are naturally the nomad. You guys are naturally the traveler of the zodiac. Y'all collect a lot of information for us, and y'all bring a lot of bliss to everybody because of how y'all protect us and make sure that things don't get to Earth. Because that's what Jupiter does. Jupiter protects Earth. A lot of things hit Jupiter that don't hit Earth, because Jupiter is creating that space. So Sagittarius is create that as well. However, when you don't have a map of your own, you can't direct or you can't lead anybody else. So that's why I say Sagittarius is, y'all make sure that you get the healing you need, and if it's not you that needs the healing, be the best teacher and healer that you can be in areas where other people need you. Because I would definitely say Sagittarius is your services and what you bring to the table, your enthusiasm, your foresight, all of those things would be needed right now. And so it doesn't have to be, disharmonious. The degrees make it disharmonious. However, when you're aligned, regardless of what the degrees do with different signs, you can surpass a lot of things. All is well. So, I did say that Williams, let me see. Williams, you said Gemini, decorate your throne. Yeah, I'll go back to Gemini in a minute because I'm almost done. I got 4 more signs. I'm going to do Scorpio, and I'll go back to Gemini in a second because I'm going to collectively do all the signs again. In a second, just like go back through them. Let me see. Scorpios, this is a really good time to expand. Y'all typically like small spaces and private spaces where you can get things done. That's why Scorpio is dealing with sex, but it's also dealing with healing. It's dealing with intimacy, connections. It's talking about getting in bed, especially after business deals, because Scorpio is right behind Libra. So Libra is the ceremony, or I would say Libra is the union, the marriage, and Scorpio is now we're making this thing official, and so Scorpio is the dark below the waist areas of your life. So right now I would say Scorpio, come up for air. I would say Scorpio, get a little bit bigger and eat a little bit more. I would say not be in those dark spaces. I would actually say come out and explore a little bit more. Let's see how much you've grown, Scorpio. Pluto is retrograding right now, and so Scorpio, which has a lot to do with even Capricorn right now, because Pluto is in Capricorn, like 20 something, 24, 25 degrees. So that's talking about internal reparations and fixing things on the inside. And Pluto has been at Capricorn in that degree for a while, internally repairing things. And so Scorpios, your reparations and you fixing things are through travel. And that's why it's telling you be somewhere else, go somewhere else. If you're not physically traveling, mental and spiritual travel. So this is ascending, this is astral projecting, your visions, your dreams. These are just even conversations and builds with other people where it just takes you further or adds on to and multiplies ideas, thoughts, wherever creativity you already had. So Scorpios, just really grow. Like, let's see what your appetite really looks like. And I always say that too because Scorpios are very hungry, and Scorpios are really good hustlers, especially when they're good and hungry. Scorpios go very hard. The thing is, Scorpios, like I say, they tend to go in dark places, meaning Scorpios like to go to places that need to be fixed up or go to people. They like fixer-uppers. So Scorpios don't spend a lot of time on the front lines or getting things always completely brand new. Because they love to restore things, heal things, fix things. But I would say get something brand new this time, Scorpio. Scorpio's always saying something and being like, oh, all you got to do is do it like this. Scorpio will even go to a restaurant and eat the food and then be like, oh, I could have made this myself. Like, Scorpio just always figuring out a way to make a way out of no way and not to overspend and not overdo it. And that's a beautiful thing. And Scorpio has a whole lot of drive, like I say, when they don't have it. When they don't have no sex, when they don't have no money, food, anything, Scorpio, that's when they get the most drive, is when they're starving. And that's an awesome thing. And I would just say right now, not in lower self-starvation, but in higher self, where you're trying to feed another divine part of yourself. I would say feed it. And so it's a good time to start school, Scorpios, start a new class, Scorpio moon sign, sun sign, and ascendant. This is a good time. Anything dealing with the hands, this is a good time for a new exercise regimens. Or Scorpios, you guys can be walking, yoga, all of those things. It's a good time to be trying something different when it comes to the body. Especially, like I said, when it comes to taking strides or moving the lower parts of your body. So, you know, Scorpios, really stretch your spiritual muscles and have confidence in a lot of things. And Scorpios are very powerful and magnetic. They don't always have the most confidence because they're challenged by Leo, which is ruled by the sun. And that's why I say they thrive in dark places a lot of times. No different from a roach. And that's not in a bad way, because roaches are hard to kill. And that's why I always say Scorpios are the roaches of the zodiac, because they never die. They don't die, they simply multiply. Okay? And so, you know what? That's perfect the way I just said that. Scorpios, you know what? Don't die, multiply. Because y'all's most powerful move is to die and come back different. I would say stay where you at and multiply and add on to that right now. Because I used to not like Scorpios, but Scorpios pretty dope. Like, yeah, alright. Alright, the next sign is Libra. Libras, this is a good time to take yourself serious and get the respect you've been looking for. Libras, y'all can be a little airheaded and y'all can be very superficial sometimes, okay? And because typically, just saying, typically y'all are not the best fighters. Y'all typically tend to be a very dependent, okay, and need somebody to fight for y'all, argue for y'all, or y'all will argue for somebody, however. And so I would say really step it up a little bit more about where you are respected, doing things on your own. Because in the shadows of a Libra is where they don't like to be by themselves and why they always need somebody else around. Also, Libras don't like to mess up their hair and nails. Even a male Libra. They don't like to mess stuff up too much. And so that's why I call them the diva, or, you know, sometimes of the zodiac. However, this is a time right now, wherever you are a diva, to still be that diva, but fight for yourself. So I would say right now, this is a good time to still shine, Libras, but be your own security. Okay, and that's why this new moon in Cancer is a new time for you guys to do things differently as far as how you assert yourself. Because Libra is always looking for a treaty and an alliance, and they always want somebody on their side. That's why they never had to fight, and they don't fight that well. Okay, but that's why I would tell Libras right now, you are still a double sign. Okay, you are still a sign that has more than one self. Utilize it. And that's why I tell Libras you can sneak people. And because a lot of times people will look at a Libra like a punk, because y'all can lie all day, you know, you don't typically see Libras being very aggressive outside of being passive aggressive. And so this would be the time to be aggressive, especially when you have some endeavors, when you have some things you've been working on. When it comes to your career right now, when it comes to your money, Libra, like shine, you know, be louder than you normally would. Turn your volume up. I would also say, Libras, you know, make sure that, because it's challenging, Cancer, you know, people you have in your life as far as who you're connected to and who you're committed to right now, that could be a no-no. You know, you could be around somebody that is just a temporary thing. And so you don't want to get blindsided by that, Libra, because y'all do have a very, very romantic side of y'all, but you can get caught up. And so I would say with Venus being in Leo right now, don't get caught up now. Okay, Venus and Leo, a lot of hot passion, a lot of love, a lot of good sex, a lot of clubbing, alcohol, all those good things. But also Venus and Leo is one of the biggest disappointments for a lot of people. It brings a lot of discouragement for a lot of people, and a lot of breakups, makeups, hiring and firing with Venus and Leo. And so you want to pay attention to that. So I would definitely say, Libras, how committed are you to whatever it is you're doing, and go from there. And I would say on the other side of that, making sure that you're moving through the crowd. So that using that air to really move through the crowd and giving the crowd a nice little breeze. Don't be pushing them over. Don't be blowing your breath in their face. A nice cool breeze to let people know you're here and make people want to keep you around, Libra. And so letting people know, like I say, Libra, they have their own little spiritual perfume, which is like their vibration. Make sure that is on point. I would say the next 3 days, because even if you don't already have plans, the universe can naturally align you with somebody that can really just, for one, for love, but somebody that can really help you with the decor of your life, because y'all love dressing things up, even your lies. However, Cancer is not going to allow the lie. Cancer is bringing in truth because it's dealing with the water and it's initiating the truth for the next couple of days. So that lets you reveal things or things be revealed wherever you need to know about people, Libra. However, if you have been your lying Libra self, that could get revealed. So that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and undress your words and take them off when it comes to honesty, but dress them up when it comes to business and something that you want. When it comes to a client, you want to be your regular accommodating self. Like I said, because Venus is in Leo, there's a lot of surprises, a lot of things that could go in your favor when you have the right confidence. Virgos, ooh, Virgos. Y'all have to, Virgos, you just don't be a Virgo the next couple days. Just change your life. Okay, the next couple of days, Virgos, get out of your rigid ways. Okay? And so that's why I'm like, Virgos, you cannot keep having your knuckles, you know, in the rear view while you driving. Like, we know y'all go to speed limit. This is a time to, like, for once, you know, speed up a little bit, like, you know. And so Virgos, y'all are very excellent with y'all logic. So I don't want to take that away from you. And I don't want you to think that using your mind is wrong. However, trust in spirit is more important. And so your intellect is important. Yes, it is. However, spirit is bigger than your mind. And so that's why I tell you, Virgos, don't be the person in a scary movie saying, who is that and what's that when you hear a sound. Okay? Be the person in a scary movie when you hear a sound, when spirit moves, you get the hell out of there. Okay? Because Virgos can spend a whole lot of time trying to figure something out and trying to be the smartest one in class. Okay? And then you end up being the last one still taking that test because you thought you knew everything. So that's why I say trust spirit first, Virgo. Y'all don't know everything all the time. And sometimes just moving when spirit say move will save your life. It will save you time. It will save you money. And so Virgos, don't think, because that's telling the universe, I don't think you got it. Okay, that's sending signals to the universe. I don't think you handling this right. When you stay thinking on a situation. And so your intellect is an amazing part of you, but use it when spirit say use it. Okay, use it when it's time to use it. Any other time, move through your body and just relax. And because Mercury is back direct now, you should really be able to relax. The only reason why Virgos probably have been tripping a little bit because Mercury has been in Gemini. It's about to go in Cancer, so that's a little bit more comfortable for you guys. However, Mercury has been in Gemini all that time during the retrograde and since it's been direct, and that challenges a Virgo. So Gemini and Virgo don't have the best relationship, even though they're both ruled by Mercury. They got the same mama, different daddies. Okay, so they do things completely different. So Virgos may have been kind of having a body stutter, which I say that sometimes about what they need to be doing. Virgos might have been in their head. Get out of your head, and I always say get in your heart. And that's how you know you're showing up from a true place. So whether you're serving other people and doing things for other people, stop trying to count so much. Just let it come from your heart. Stop trying to serve man, serve God. Okay? Alright? And so you don't have to worry about being perfect and being right all the time, because we only are trying to be perfect and right for man, for people. Okay? But you show up and you are who you are when you're walking with the divine. Okay? And there's a level of acceptance to what you're doing and who you are. Alright, Virgos. And it also takes you guys away from over-analyzing and picking other people apart when there's a level of trust and faith within the self. So I would say, Virgos, while you're at the, y'all are at the, let's call it the, y'all at a standstill right now. I would say you try to make a decision, and that's why I'm saying trust yourself the first time. You know, and I would say, Virgos, it's a good time for you guys to be more social, connecting, being around people, and learning how to take a joke and all of those things, because being around people, that's just half the battle for a Virgo. Being around people and then start actually peopling is a whole nother thing for a Virgo. So be around people and actually people and talk and share the intellect you have, but don't use it as a shelf that other people can't reach from, because Virgos, y'all tend to do that too. That's what I'm saying. Y'all like to be the smartest one in the room. Smart and bright is two different things. Okay? And y'all like to be smart, but y'all not always bright. And so I would say, Virgos, this is a time to be bright. That's what I'm saying. Get out of your head and just shine so people can know other parts of you. And y'all like to hide behind y'all intellect. And that's why a lot of times Virgos don't have personality. Smart as fuck, Like, y'all be smart as hell, personality dry as hell. Okay? And so use another part of you guys and let us see the other colors to your life. Let us see the other colors in your picture, because Virgos can be very black and white, and that's it. And I know you got some red, some blue, green in there somewhere. Okay? So just add a little bit more color to your picture, Virgos, and that'll help you business-wise and personal-wise if you're a single Virgo. Like I'm saying, let everybody know you got other shapes, you got other stuff in your bag. Don't just be a one-show pony. Virgos. So this new moon is saying, hey, stick your toe in that water and get in here, and quit hesitating about getting in the water. Get your ass in here. That's what the new moon is saying, Virgo. All right. Last sign, but definitely not least, Leo. Look, and so the one sign I didn't say, Leo. Leos, and it's about to be, well, sooner than later, it's going to be Leo season, and them dramatic lines are coming. So Leos, last but not least, this is a very magical time for Leos. Leos, you guys right now are in the meditation room. You guys right now are in the room where you collect all your magic at. You guys are in a place where there's a lot of enchantment, where could be a lot of enhancements and all of that. Only thing is, if you smoke, drink, or have any outside habits, Leos, this could dim your light. And so you gain the most light right now, Leos, by being relatable. So as I said before, shake hands and kiss babies, Leos. Because Leos like to create a separation of them being the superstar, and then you got the fans and the crowd. You got to shake hands, kiss babies, sign autographs. You have to be relatable for people to respect you right now, Leos. Okay, especially because your sign coming, so y'all your sun's about to be there. Y'all gonna show out even more than y'all normally do. And the sun ain't even there yet. Okay, so Leos, it's a good time to be Leoing. Okay, really being your charming selves, your silly selves. Sooner than later, well, the next month or so, Mercury is going to go into Leo. Right now, Mercury is about to go into Cancer, which is not the most fun for a Leo. However, it's not the worst case scenario for a Leo. So I would definitely say Leos right now, definitely going to the clubs, things like that, being where people are. That's a good place to be. However, in a high-ranking place, church, the temples, even if it's simply in your body, spiritual places is also a good place for a Leo right now. Leos are looking for recovery right now. Leos are getting dressed right now. Leos are in the dressing room right now. Okay, so there's preparation for getting on the stage for the Leo. Because remember, right now, Pisces is there. So that's what I'm saying. Pisces has to come out of the hiding and really sing their song right now, because Leo coming. Okay, and so I would say, Kelly singing her little song, and while she wrapping up, Beyonce coming. Okay, so Leos are coming. So that's why I told Pisces it's not going to be but so long, but you do have time to really shine and sing y'all song and finish up y'all set. Okay, Leos are preparing. So Leos, like I said, are getting dressed, hair, makeup, all those things. They're picking out their wardrobe right now. Leos are about to have a very, very, very magical time. Think about a lot of things from the beginning of the year, around February, March, up until now. Those things will really manifest and go in your favor right now, Leos. People you connected to, things you were doing. And Leos, this is a really good time, I would say, for events and things like that. And so, no, you're not on stage yet, but like I said, you're getting to know your fans right now. So that when you do go on stage, Leo, you know that they're clapping for you. You don't have to look around and be like, who they clapping for? Is it for me? It's for you, Leo. So you don't have to second guess yourself about what you bring to the table, what song you're singing, how bright you shining, if the right light is on you, if you're standing in the right position. You are. So this is a good time to make sure. This is a good time to talk to production behind the stage right now, Leo. And so that's why I say you're prepping for your time to shine. Leos, also, if there's a question about somebody you trust, this is a time to go ahead and trust your intuition towards that. So if there's anybody you've been kind of second guessing, you kind of just like, I don't know, and you're thinking about things and what they said, how they said it, all of that, this is a good time to think about that. You are in a position of hidden enemies right now, Leo. So you do want to pay attention to people who halfway don't like you and kind of show it a little bit. People who, you know, are sarcastic. People who say little stuff that they didn't have to say to just get under your skin. This is a good time to explore that. The next 3 days could reveal some things, but also, like I say, the next 3 days is also telling you to surrender. So it's just saying, whatever you see, say no more. The universe will show you something about somebody, and for you to say no more. So for you to be aligned and for you to be a master, you're simply going to laugh at things that would normally make you uncomfortable or anybody else uncomfortable. And that's why I say only a slave is going to question why something is happening to them and why me. But a master is on time. Even for his pain, he on time, okay? Because he already knew it was going to happen. So that's why I say you want to stand in your power at things that's even coming against you. And Leo, because you are a fixed sign, y'all don't move. Even when something's supposed to scare you, y'all don't move. Y'all stand still. Y'all look right at it. And I would say this is a time, wherever there's an obstacle at, to come right at it. But wherever there's a hidden enemy, trust yourself, which I've been saying all night. Trust yourself the first time towards something that you think is opposing you or somebody. All right? Because that Cancer moon and Cancer season in general is bringing a lot of attention to your stomach, to your gut, and things that you relate to, things that connect you to people and things. So anytime you have to question somebody, you's probably right, especially like I said, during actual Cancer season. Because a lot of things and people are being put to bed and put to rest out of other people's lives with this Cancer season. So that was all of the signs. The light work, like I said, you guys, is conveying your message within, and not being afraid of the consequences. Being able to say what Spirit told you. Being able to live through what Spirit is saying to you. Honoring it the first time. Not being spiritually disobedient. All of those things is going to help you collect your light. In the shadows, you guys, like I said, wherever we're not dedicated and focused, and wherever we attract other people who are not as dedicated and focused, we need to work on why we don't know how to speak our truth, and why we stay in situations that we shouldn't or that we're uncomfortable in, or why we allow people in our life that don't take us serious, don't respect us, and why that's a weak spot in our life and something we need to work on if you're not the one doing those things. Because in the shadows, that's what's going to take away from all the other beautiful things that can be taking place. So that's why I always say, clean your room first, then you can go outside and play and really align yourself with the things that have been promised to you. If you're not aligned, you can never enjoy a sunny day outside. And I know we all know what that feels like, to what's going on in our life not reflect the environment and what the universe has provided for us as far as the spiritual weather. And so when I say our personal weather of our life does not reflect what's going on outside, that's a personal thing, and it's something going on outside of us, but inside of us. But anytime there's something going on outside of us and it's influencing negatively what's going on inside of us, now that's another thing where we need to work on as well. So you want to be balanced in all areas of your life. So I hope y'all enjoyed me going through all the signs. I have to quit doing my live so late because I get a little bit tired, and so I don't know if my energy comes off like that, but I do get a little bit tired. I did have a few readings to do today, and I knew I wanted to go live today, so I hope my energy wasn't lagging or anything. It's just that I have to start doing my lives earlier so my energy can be a little bit different. But all is well. I went through all the signs. I hope y'all took the information. Anybody who didn't get to watch the whole video or didn't get to hear about their sign, just watch the video over. I don't think this is that long. My videos are typically long. Hopefully this wasn't that long. But anybody who wants to reach out to me for a personal session, please reach out to me. You can inbox me, or I'm going to leave my scheduling information, and I'm also going to leave my website on this live as well, and you guys can reach out to me. But peace and love, you guys. Have a good night. And I'm probably going to be going live again sometime over this weekend because Mercury is going into Cancer, and it's a couple of other transits I wanted to go through. And then I also just wanted to talk about some other side stuff that's not related to astrology as well. Some topics that people inbox me that I wanted to get into conversation with. So peace and love, y'all, and enjoy your night.